Hmm. Hey, Nicholas. We are working on the hood itself. Indeed. I'm gonna show you now what we've done since last time. For this, I need to take the door off. Come on. Happens every fucking time. And the wheel as well. I need to take the wheel off as well. And the rear wheel, because I've been busy while we were away. And I need to show you what I've done, so that we can continue from this. Okay. First, in the rear. If you remember, last time we raised the leaf spring on top of the axle, but there was a problem. The thing is that the leaf spring itself is how should I put it? It's too soft. So I put another leaf at the bottom. Here are plates, and when I compress this, I have to do it so you can see it. You see, it can slide. The lower spring can slide on the upper spring, basically just on the real car, and this provides a lot of additional support. So now this is okay. I'll show you when I can drop the can let go of the camera. I'll show you what happened to the bricks before I did this. There are some material fatigue and stuff like that. So we've done this. Okay, let's move to the front. Here in the front, you can see I used the flex tube from the Lego charger. This used to be a chrome strip weatherproofing on the window frame to make our what is called it's flex system a little bit better. So inside here, you see that I come on, be still. Hello. You can see here I fixed the headlights with the elements also from the charger. This is a wrench or whatever it is, because the dishes, so the two dishes here would constantly pop off. So I fixed them with this, and also done something on the outside, but I'll show you later. So, and if we move now to the inside, I made a lever for our opening mechanism. So the lever is extremely simple. Come on, it's extremely simple. Can you see it? Let's hope you can see it. It's extremely simple. The flex tube comes here, and the entirety of it is hinged on the steering column. I had to remove the door, of course, to to get into it. But let's put the car on the wheels again, and let's discuss the other things. Okay. First, the leaf springs. Let me show you what happened. So, uh, come on, focus, please. Okay. You can see here material fatigue because the leaf spring really when I did the jumping in the last stream, the jumping basically caused this because it was asked to stretch too far. And of course the next one, this one is pretty bent. I don't know if you can see it. It's bent, and yeah, and this one, come on, yeah, here you can see a crack, a nice crack. Yeah, so this happened. Okay, let's move to the front of the car. I of course did a few things. I completed the fenders as much as I can because we still need to address the wheel gaps in the front and rear. I'm not happy with that, or the front, although it looks worse than it is because this needs to be filled in with black flex tubes and black connectors, which I don't have at the moment. Need to fill in this part as well with something. But yeah, okay. Open the door. So, the mechanism works perfectly. And I think the headlights look pretty realistic. Oh, come on. They stay open by themselves, so they don't close, and they stay closed by themselves as well. There's enough friction in the system. So today we are starting with the hood. There's two issues that we need to solve. I mean, technically three, but two main ones. First, the hinges. The hinges are going to sit in here. So we need to remove this one and replace it with a 7 stud long. So we have enough room here. Unfortunately, I have only one 7 stud long. What's this called? Panel, I guess. So yeah, we'll see. We'll maybe omit it entirely and then I don't know. Next, of course, we need to build the hood itself and the locking mechanism here in the front. After this is done, we need to build the triangular window here. There's a perfect opportunity here to do it. And then the exterior of the car is basically done. Small details, of course, but you know. Then we maybe start with the seats, and after the seats are done, with the mechanicals. If you watch my Instagram or Facebook, you have seen me place the little engine inside. Yeah, inside mirrors. Yeah, of course. Side mirrors are important. It's the details that make the model. So the engine itself, well, let's say it's a 318. It's not a 440. That's for sure. We'll see what we can do. There's enough room. See, there's enough room to the top of the engine bay, so we can do stuff here. I don't know if we can do a Hemi, because a Hemi has opposed valves. That maybe not enough room for it, but we can do, I don't know, 2 valves per cylinder somehow. Maybe not realistically, but just so something moves here. That it's not just a boring engine with cylinders. Anyway, let me turn the car around and let's start at the hood. So, before we make hinges, we need to make the hood itself. Now, the shapes of the... Let me move you further away so you can see what we're talking about. Okay. So, the shape of the fender, of course, I think it's pretty close to what the actual car looks like. But now we need to make the hood in some way that follows actually part of the fender, because if we do the hood just as a straight piece, first it will not look right, and secondly, the thing that we did last time was we wanted the fender to leave enough room for the mechanism to open, so the headlight blind mechanism had to have enough room here on top so it wouldn't hit the fender, and we need to do the same with the hood. So at the very least, the hood has to be half a stud away from the bodywork here, and it can maybe just slope. It doesn't have to. It can be a straight piece, but just slope a little bit towards the front. So of course I do not have enough panels for all of this, but we're gonna make a rough shape and see. It's gonna be orange and gray, of course, because that's what I have. And yeah, we'll see. Let's see what we can do. My initial idea was, of course, to have it like sloped, but somehow I have a feeling that this is not going to be a good idea. Yeah, no. I don't think so. This looks like poo. So we are going to abandon this idea and try to make something straight. Let's see. What are our options? And how wide does it need to be? So this is a 15. How wide does it need to be? It needs to be 15 and 2, I guess, because these go together, and if I made them 15 plus 4, a bit too much. Well, let's just make something and we'll see. Yeah, that'll go. That'll do. That'll do. Which is what? 15 plus 4. It's 15. Okay, whatever. I'm useless. I'm useless at calculating this. So, what I'm doing now is just making the front. Yeah, okay. And because I like myself and you, I'm going to use these guys. Black pins. Okay. Now keep in mind this is we're just playing around. And I need to put my phone on silent again. 85970. Which one are those? Let me see. 85970. No. And we are also not gonna do it. I mean, I have some, but we're not gonna do it like this. As few system bricks as possible. Some will eventually be used in some areas, but I want to use as few as possible. For reasons. Okay. Okay. Let me just get one single round connector. And let's examine how this looks. Doesn't look as good as I hoped, to be honest. I wanted to be all of this a bit lower. Even this. What happens if I actually press on this? Oh, there's still enough room. Okay, but how do I get this to be lower? I want this to be lower. Then the hood is gonna look good, because right now the fender is too high up. I would prefer it to be as close to the grill as possible here, the last one, because the last one does not interfere with the blinds. There might be a way. There might be a way. Oh yeah. So basically we can fix it to the grill surround here on the other side, because when the blinds go up, there is one stud room for an axle or something. Yeah, I need to experiment a little bit. Okay, that's fine, I guess. That's fine. So we are going to ignore the fenders, and we are only focusing on the hood. The hood needs to sit. The hood needs. What's with my tongue today? The hood needs to sit as low as possible here, but go slightly up in order to clear the headlight blinds. Okay. And how wide does it need to be? I mean, how many of these do I need? So 1, 2. Okay. And then two lift arms in between, I guess. Or one lift arm in between and one lift arm at the side. That's to be decided. Or two lift arms on the sides because of the hinges. Yeah, but the hinges cannot be on the sides because of this. Or can they? They can be, because our hood will actually be one stud raised here. Yeah. Raised, and then it will slowly slope off towards the front. Okay. Well, that's the plan. Let's see. Let's see what actually happens. Yeah, or 3 of those. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just first I need to know the rough size of the hood. It's ginormous, of course. Yeah, that's the size of our hood. Pretty big. Okay. I'm just gonna bluntly put 2 pins here, just so the hood is raised here, so I can see what happens. Well, first of all, I don't like it. Let's see what the... These don't like it either. So it needs to be... Yeah, it needs to be like... Blimey. The hood actually needs to be in line with the current height of the fenders. Actually. So it needs to be exactly here. Otherwise it's gonna hit the window blind, the headlight blinds. It needs to be lower here, a bit higher here. Basically it needs to be flush. I mean straight. So half a stud here. It can be half a stud higher here, and it needs to be half a stud higher here. God damn it. Oh. I wish I had black panels, but I don't. Need to order them. Okay. So half a stud. No, it's a flat hood. Flat hood. After the instructions are released, you can do whatever you like. You can make a supercharger. I don't care. But my version is gonna have a flat hood, because that's how I would like it on my charger as well. If I had the money to buy one. But unless I win the lottery, this is very unlikely. Ah, okay. So we can have it not a whole stud. We can have it like just a smidge. Ah, come on, work with me here. Uh, there we go. Just a smidge lower. There. Okay. What about now? Now it's too low. My God, so sensitive. What if? If I use these. Yeah, I know. I am aware of the prices of of chargers. Don't worry. I follow the market. Okay. No longer hitting anything. Well, I guess I'm prepared to live with how this looks. Let me show you. I mean, problem is with the hood, it cannot be lower because of the mechanism for the headlight blinds. I would prefer it if it was something, I don't know, like this. So that the gap would be smaller between the hood and the grill. But, you know, I don't know, we can experiment with this, making putting this centerpiece half a stud higher, which is possible, and then things are gonna look better. Let's do that first, and let's see if I like it still. Mm, yeah, what the fuck? Huh, okay. Yeah, the gap is really not our friend. Let's put it this way. Well, fuck. This isn't good. needs to be half a stud in. Oh, no problem. There are ways to do that. I hope this is gonna work. So like this. Okay, this is now half a stud higher. Doesn't look bad, not at all. Let's see what this is saying now. I'm not convinced. Not convinced. Let me just take these off. Let's see if there's any difference. Shouldn't be. Looks better than before. Hey Neppert. Looks better than before, but I'm still kind of don't like it. The mouth here looks too big. I would really like the hood to be at this level here. So small, half a stud lower. The position we had before was better for this, for the top part of the grill. It was better. That's awkward now, because this is gonna hit whatever's here. So basically we would need an angle in the hood. Wait a minute. Let's re-examine the idea of a sloped hood again. Looks good. Looks good. Here it looks good in the front. Yeah, That's it. That's it. That's what it's gonna be. So the front now looks better. I mean, a lot better. Now everything is flush, nice and flush like it needs to be. And the hood, as you can see, has a slight upward tick, which isn't really bad, to be honest. That's not the worst thing in the world. And I think it even, if I look at the blueprints in the background, I don't know. It could be erased, you know. Could be. It has an upward slope anyway, so I'm I'm okay with it. You have to imagine it in black, of course. Now it's an eyesore, of course, because it's orange. Yeah, but when it's black, it's probably not gonna even be noticeable. It's gonna be just, blending in to the rest of the car. So yeah, that's what our hood is gonna be like. Okay, now that we know the size of it and the position, there's a few other important aspects that we need to address here. First, if I remove this, the center part we don't need at the moment. Doesn't matter. Where do we place our hood latch? Well, the natural position would be as far front as possible, but this is not going to happen. The next best option would be here. So all of the necessary stuff would be mounted to this, just like we had in the rear. Only that in this case we don't have to worry about how this looks on the outside, because in the rear the whole outside panel was the mounting point for the latching mechanism. So we don't have the problem here. And in order for our latch to grab onto something, we need to then basically use the gaps in the hood to make some holders or something for the latch hook, so it will grab onto something. And of course, the first order of business, as with any hood, is the hinges. Without the hinges, as in the rear, we have to do the hinges first, so we can open the hood. But since this is the charger, and this is us, we cannot do it with just a hinge. It cannot be just a simple hinge and the hood opens. I would like to do it, well, like in the real car. And the real car, of course, has American system of hinge, which basically at the same time the hood is lifted up and it travels a little bit to the front. So it's like a motion like this. And the springs that hold the hood up are in the hinges themselves. And in our case, well, it's gonna be rubber bands. So in order for us to make room for the hinges, this needs to go, because the hinges are gonna sit here on each side. This is basically unused room. We don't need this space for the engine, because the engine is gonna sit in here. Maybe part of the upper head is gonna sit against this. We'll see. But yeah. Um, well, to get room for the hinges, we need to remove or place replace the pin here. So it's either from mounted from the inside or just a simple two-step pin. We remove these on each side, and then we start with a hinge. After the hinge is done, then we move to the rest. So how the fuck do we change that? I guess this needs to go first. Problem is, if we make the hood flexible, this is not gonna be okay. There's good reasons for that, because the hood needs to open and close. So the fenders are fixed in place on a support structure, so they can be made with flex. The hood cannot. The hood is gonna be just in the rear, like in the rear, a plate basically. In real life, it has some contours. In our case, it just can't, and I'm okay with that. There is potential to make some details on it, but we'll see. Okay, so on this side I can simply push. If I'm lucky, I can push this guy in from the inside. Yeah, I did. However, on that side it's gonna be a whole lot more complicated. So in order to not lose time with this, I'll do this tomorrow off screen. Doesn't matter. This guy here provides support for this plentiful. So this is just extra. Okay. So I would even want to remove the blue pin here to make room for our hinges. Luckily, this is relatively easy. There we go. And seeing the width of the engine bay without the inner fenders, we'll see if they make a return or not. They are not structural, so it's purely an aesthetic choice. We can add them or not. But in this case, function goes over form. First, it needs to work. Then we are gonna look at beautification. So in the extreme case, only the short one's gonna in, because the hinge is gonna take up this space or more. So if it's more, then we're gonna omit it entirely. So let's go on the internet and let's find how the hinge actually looks. I'll post a link into the chat window. Oh, what am I typing? Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty complicated. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Jesus. I do remember them being complicated, but oh god. How do we make this even? Hmm. There's so many links. There's one variant of it. Let's see about others. No, every single one of them has gears. Jesus, where how are we gonna fit this in? There's no room. Okay, so these maybe we can. Maybe we can. Maybe I have just the part for it, and I kept it for years and years. Let me see. And didn't know what to do with it. Maybe this time I have use for it. Just let me find it. Come on. Where did I put it? Ah, there it is. Found it. There we go. So, if you open, yeah, this I think this is beyond it. If you open the picture I just posted here in the chat, you will see we have uh, basically two arms that are geared together. So one would be this, the other one would be this, and they would like be, the whole hinge is gonna be 3 studs wide, I guess. So mounting points at each side, and then the hinge action. First, I would like to make a prototype of it without the car. Just so, you know, just so we have like we did with the hood, with the trunk latch mechanism. I just want to have a proof of concept that we can work with. Because it doesn't really make sense to build this in the actual car. Okay. So let's imagine the open position. The open position, as I see it on the picture, is something like this. And then we have Yep, it's not. It's a very interesting mechanism. I know I built some versions of it way back, and of course this doesn't mesh because reasons. Luckily, we can try something else. Let's see, what do we have to do for it to mesh? It needs to be these two, or do they? I mean, we could use 16 tooth gears. The only problem is that they are so big that I don't know. They're too big, I guess. So this guy needs to be closer. All right, that can be arranged. They don't. Okay, that's actually a very good idea. If we use 2 8 tooths instead of these, we use 2 8 tooths because yeah, the torque is really minimal. And the 8 tooths should be plenty for this. Like this, yeah, that's gonna be fine. Okay, so let me get some of these, and let's get one of these. Maybe also one of these. We have to be careful here because we want this to be as small as possible. As small as possible. Okay, if I see this correctly, when the hood is open, it's something like this, and then it closes down. Yeah, it closes down like this, and then it opens up like this. Yeah, it will, but we want one-to-one. We don't want this to be geared. That's the issue. We want this to be equal. It's not just random meshing. If it was random, I wouldn't care. It's not. Okay, so then we have a parallelogram up here. So one arm, the arm that the hood attaches to, goes up here. So let's say it's this. And here, I'm just using something. I don't. I just want a proof of concept before we commit to anything. Okay. Let's see. Way I see it, these need to be, well, relatively parallel. So I would let's have a gap here like this. And then we can have, oh crap, yeah, we have this guy hinging here on this up here. Okay, and then the hood closes. Yeah. No, this doesn't work like that. I mean, it's the geometry that we got wrong. That's the problem. Yeah, I see it. This needs to be angled against each other anyway. One of them needs to be lower than the other. Let me see why. Yeah, it's something like that. That's how the hinges on these old cars work. And I'm trying to figure out the exact mechanics or the geometry, how this should work. Check the link that I posted before. So basically this here. Trying to find a better picture. What does eBay say? There, another picture of them. Previous picture is probably better. So we have this. What am I missing? Chat, take a look at the pictures. What am I missing? There is something that I'm missing, but I'm not sure what. Ignore the springs. These are not important to us. We are just focusing on the mechanism itself. Yeah, should be longer. And I somehow, if I see it correctly, is it possible that they are geared, that the longer arm has a bigger gear than the smaller one? Is it possible? It's entirely possible. But first of all, I think, well, this guy needs to be higher up, and this guy needs to be lower up, so that this part is like straight when this is closed. So maybe like this. No. What about this? There's not enough adjustment here. So one is too much, one is not enough. Oh yeah, but this is wrong. I mean, it does go to the level position, but no. The action is right. I mean, it does exactly the motions that it should, but it's kind of off. I don't think the lower arm should go as low as this. What if we make this shorter? Yeah. So which one needs to, basically when they rotate, yeah, this isn't supposed to be here. It needs to be level with the rest. Yeah, it's just a matter of adjustment. This guy needs to be one level above this gear, so that when this comes down, uh, hmm, I think wait. Let me just picture in my mind how this works. So if this, yeah, I see it. I see it. What it does, I see it. So basically what happens, very fine nuance, but good to know. Okay, so when the hood is closed, the kink here is very important. Basically, the our mechanism sits like this, and then when we open the hood, of course, it's doing this, and this guy needs to cooperate, and it needs to be in almost vertical position when closed. Unfortunately, these don't allow much movement, but yeah. Yeah, like this. Okay, so this would be the closed position. This will be the closed position, and now we open the hood. Or so we think. Let's see if this is better. Yeah, it is better. But still, I don't like the way it goes down. It's too much. And keep in mind that this is not good for us because our hood is gonna be sloping down. So we need to mount everything a little bit under an angle. This is of course the hood. So when talking about the angle of the hood, you know, this is what our hood is doing. Well, front arm, yeah, I mean, we're just limiting how further down it goes. Nothing more. You know, if we do this, we have, I don't know, four link. Not really. Well, this could go. This could go. See? We have a downward slope. Well, unfortunately, the hood opening angle is not good. I mean, this is. Can you see it? Basically, when we close the hood, it's fine. I mean, it's sloping down. That's what we want. But then when we open the hood, that's how far it goes. I mean, we have the hood is long, but there's not gonna be a very large opening when we open the hood. I would perhaps want the hood to open a little bit more, you know. But yeah, I mean, I can see it happening, but at the same time, not because the hood is gonna. This is the limit. The hood cannot open past this, at least here. Okay. Let's see what happens. Angle is a little bit better. Angle is better. Let me just change this one for a 3 stud. this is okay. This is okay. This is exactly the one stud height that we need. And you know, the way it, the amount it closes down is really limited by where the hood latch is. So this is fine. This is fine. The problem is only how much this opens. So if we want this to open up more, this guy needs to open more, yeah. So 1 tooth. Let's see what happens. I hate it when this happens. Mm-mm. Does open more, of course, but then I mean we can solve the hinge clashing. Yeah, we can solve that. Mm. This is a little bit forced. I don't like it. So it closes here and then opens up until here. So the opening angle isn't bad. Opening angle isn't bad, but then the closing angle is bad. Oops. Okay. So like this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now the other issue is, can you spot it? It's not flat. This may not be an issue. May not be an issue because we could use, you know, we could hide it in here. Um, Great. Can you what? Can you send it to me on Telegram, perhaps? Do you have Telegram Messenger? If you have, you can find me as Nichasno on Telegram Messenger. That would be ideal. If not, send me an email on nitsiasno at gmail.com, for example. And I'll show it here. Or, for example, on Eurobricks as well. If you're on Eurobricks, send me a private message on Eurobricks. That would also be good. Okay, so yeah. You will not be able to put a link in here, sadly. We've tried this before. Somehow YouTube kind of blocks links from chat members, and I have no way of unblocking it. So send me an email, basically. And I'm going to show it here. Can be a link in the email, and I'm just gonna copy the link. Okay. Now let's just wait what the key maker has done. And then we can see if this is gonna fit into the car. How much space it's gonna, yeah, sure. How much space it's gonna use up. I am very confident. Yeah, even this is fine. See, even when it's flush here, the slope is just, there's a small slope here and should be fine. But you know, maybe Keymaker has a better solution. I know I have always struggled with these hood hinges. I made several attempts over the years, but never quite succeeded. But I was always fascinated by the. Never did it with gears though. Always tried some levers. My god, these 8-tooth gears are really crappy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll work. Maybe they will work. Oh. I also tried to do blinkers in the front of the car. Didn't quite succeed. Need to find the perfect spot for them. It's kind of a little bit hard, but it's gonna add a certain something to the car in the front. Okay. I am refreshing Gmail. Still nothing. Yeah. What do we do without the gears then? Without the gears, this doesn't work. Without the gears, this mechanism as it is now does not work. Can work differently. There can be a lever between them that does kind of the same thing, but not quite the same, because then you need a hinge here and another. This needs to be an L shape, and then these need to be connected. It's a mess. Gears are a pretty simple solution to this, especially the 8-tooth gears because they're so small. So I can live with this as is. Of course, done a little bit cleaner, but we can work this out. The problem is just that how uh, how much room the mechanism takes so quickly. It quickly becomes large. You want to do it small? Nope. Have to do it big. This is fine. This can be solved without axles, and this can also be solved, of course, because we use a different here. Can also be solved without bars. So basically, we don't need bars, and it's like, well, let's be generous. It's like it's gonna be 3 studs wide, no matter what we do. Basically, because of this pin. Otherwise, it would be 2 studs. Well, yeah, 2 studs, yeah. Except of this pin here, the whole thing is like, well, 2.5. 2.5. This makes it 3.5 studs. Ah, Keymaker sent a link. Let's see. Let's see what he has come up with. Wait, what? Why did I post the same link twice? I did copy a different one. There. This happened before. Okay. Exactly where is our hood? Which of these lift arms is the hood? Which one of these is the hood? Which one of these 4 lift arms is actually the hood? Because I don't see it. It looks... I don't know how to place it in order for it to be the hood. The top one. What do you mean? Which one? The black one, where the orange lift arm is connected to it. That's not good. That's not okay. Because if it's the black lift arm that's on the same axle as the orange lift arm, then this mechanism that you have shown us here is exactly the same one as if I have just a pivot, nothing more. It's just a pivot. Then if you have, let's say, yeah, see, when you have it like this, if this is the hood and this is orange spacer, this is the hood, this is the orange spacer, then it's just a pivot, nothing more. Then it's, why do we have the mechanism? It's not necessary. Yeah, I know what you mean, but no, it's not really possible. Look, if we want a low profile, as the profile to be as low as possible, see, there's no room for them to be moved above them. Not really. Um, Maybe if if we move this one further out, yeah, maybe, maybe, maybe this. Mm, but the problem is that we cannot do much here with this one. Or can we? Yeah, we can. We can move this out as well. If we move this out to the level to where this lift arm is. Yeah, then we can. Let's do this. Let's do this. So basically what we do, we move this to the other side. And we move this to the other side as well. Yep. There we go. Now it's 3 studs. We can move this inside. There's not much we can do that we could do here. So yeah, this would be our mechanism. Now obviously no, the range is more than enough. Perfect. It's raised here, it's not raised here. I'm not sure how this dynamic is gonna play out, but we're gonna check. We're gonna check. Basically, I would want the hood to be like above it. you know, so that we would have hood opening like that. Well, now that we have it in our hands, I'm gonna use something smaller here, so we can go into the engine bay and see how things pan out. Where can we mount this? Let's make some room. No, it's the offset is it's fine. It is pretty much what we want. So, yeah, this is too large, obviously. Okay, so our hinge needs to be lower, actually. If we place it like this, it's basically, this is the level of the hood already. Wait a minute. No, it's fine. It's fine. It needs to be here. Exactly here. This is exactly the place for it. It would be beneficial, however, if it was slightly higher. Like, I mean, I know it's not gonna be a complete surprise if I told you that I would like it to be half a stud higher. Why? Well, see, the 8-tooth gears sit, of course, here, and this is not good. They have no business being here. We can, well, we can probably tweak this a little bit more, so that in this position the rear end would be a little bit higher, so that well, let me show you the problem. See, right now the gears would sit here, so on the problem is basically not the first gear, but the second gear that sits here, exactly on this T-piece, and it can be there because I cannot mount it, and it will not be able to rotate. At the same time, the rear part of this is a bit too low. It needs to be one stud higher. I mean, one stud, half a stud. You know, if we take this half a stud higher and tweak this end a little bit, that would be marvelous. The other question is, of course, how do we mount this half a stud higher? I have no idea. Okay, so that's the problem. What if we use force that beam here. Easy to do. Like this, for example. Like this, and then we open like this. Nah, sadly it isn't. I mean, like this. Oh my god, yeah, that's way too high. That's now way too high. Like, way too high. Come on, go in. Okay, what if, let's say this is how it needs to sit, then I open it up. Because I'm thinking about alternative mounting methods for this. You see? What if we let it be like this? Wait. There's always an alternative. Okay. So what if we have our two friends here be mounted on a slope? Because then we could do something with this. We could do something with this. Okay. Okay. There is a possibility that this could fit here. And if this fits here, oh, this guy doesn't fit as I predicted, but this guy will, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So if this guy is mounted there, and we move them over to there. Just a second. Just a second. Just some more computing calculations. Okay. Yeah. But then this doesn't go. Oh, makes me rage. When something goes, something else doesn't. So my idea was that what if we use this guy here for the gear? So this would be the pin for one of the gears. Yes, I know this is a structural member of the chassis, and we would use no, the black pin with the axle here, or the no, we would use the gray pin with the axle here. So this would be the gear. But the problem is that then we have no way of mounting it. But I don't want to use an axle here under no circumstances, because this is the structural member and this needs to be solid. If we push everything further inside, that would be an option. That would be an option. So see, this first gear would be on this axle. So great. It would be here, and then this guy here, this guy would be connected with a 3-length beam to our lift arm here. So then, you know, the mounting point of the gears would be like in the real car, so one on top of the other. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. However, there are even better other possibilities. If we used like something like this, but only if this were shorter, like this. We just need these two holes to be sloped. That would be even better. But I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Wait, there might be part. Yeah, that's not gonna fit in here either. Okay. Please do. Just type it in here. I'm going to type it into Bricklink and see immediately which one it is. Do tell. Which part is it? You can type the part number here in the chat. Eight 5940. Let's see. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh yeah. That is very interesting. I didn't know that they will come in handy one day. They still may not be perfect, but you know. I bought them years ago because I found them interesting. But you see, this may be just what we need. This may be just what we need. And it fits exactly in the spot that we need it to fit. There's, of course, a small issue because we need to support this and an axle needs to come out of this anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a 7-stud here. 7-stud lift arm instead of the 5-stud that we have here. Extend it here and then we can free up this hole. And this is going to solve our problem. So Keymaker actually provided us with a very beautiful solution. Let's hope. I mean, the idea is great. I love it. If it solves the problem the way we want, we'll see. Come on. Where did that lift arm go? Oh God, really? Here. Need to make myself some room here, otherwise my hand is just way too big. Okay. There we go. Wait, we need to, it's here. Ideally we would have it connected here. Okay. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now we need here, we need an axle actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5-stud axle. I need to change this anyway. God damn it. This is some extremely fiddly stuff here. Of course, once you know how it goes together, it will be fine, but can you believe it? The teeth of the 8-tooth gears just touch. It needs to be one tooth apart. How do we do that? I think we need to make some adjustment in the lever. This guy needs to be 4 studs. No, I don't know. Let's see. We make this guy 4 studs. Will they mesh? How will they mesh? Oh, that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. Okay. It is. It is a flex cable. What have I done? Oh. God damn it. Yeah, this isn't too great. It's all over the place. And it's too high here. It's too high. The hood is gonna be way too high. Or is it? Okay, let's make some changes here in order to mount it. So we can mount it where? There, we can mount it. So, just a second. I'm gonna mount this to the hood and open the hood. Hey, did it? I mean, we have only one hinge, but you know. Yeah, this needs to be lower. This is way too high. And it's binding like hell. There's so much friction here. I mean, the friction part can be solved, but the problem is that this is too high. It sits half a stud too high when it's closed. So we need to lower the rear part here. No. And see, this is just, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's way too high. The rear part is just half a stud too high. Oh. Okay, let's try this. No, not like this. What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, now the only problem is that there's way too much friction in the system. Let's see if we can make the friction a little bit less. Without compromising the whole system. We can. Oh my god. Wait. What? Why does this not work anymore? What the fuck? But I had it mounted here. I had it mounted here. Why does it not work? You have seen it. I had it mounted on these and the location of this has not changed. Well, only this guy would need to be supported, so it wouldn't, you know, flop around like this, but we cannot support him. I don't. Yeah, but this this is where it is. This is where it was. Fine. Yeah, but I cannot move this any further inward. This cannot be further in. Let me just take a look. So chat, what do we think? Are we okay with this? I mean, the hood is distorted now because we support it just on one side, but this is gonna be fine when supported on both sides. And it opens pretty much the way we want it. And you see the action that's happening here. It can open. It can open without scraping here. I say we replicate this on the other side and see what this does for the hood. Shame about the slack though, because see, there's I can lift the hood like this without anything happening here. Instead, this action should already be happening when I start lifting the hood. When I start lifting the hood, this guy should already be up, but it's not. But we forgot something, you know? We forgot something completely. Does anybody care to guess what we forgot? The rubber band, of course. Yes. The rubber band. There we go. Ha ha ha. The damn rubber band. Of course, this isn't really good because it distorts now everything. Oh god, yeah. Let's see what happens when I push it inside. My god. You see, come on, focus. You see how much it pushes this inside. Basically, it pulls everything to its side. I don't know how to fix it. This is also gonna happen when the other side is installed. Carrera. What do you mean, the slot cars? I did play slot cars, yeah. See how much this is pulled. Even if the hood is mounted, this is gonna be still pulled to the other side. I mean, to the inside. And while the rubber band does add exactly what we were missing, it creates a problem. Great. Just what we needed. Another problem. Wait. Let me see how this is solved on the real car. Maybe I've done something wrong. Maybe I have done something wrong. Not much. I can only make the action of the rubber band less strict by doing this. So it's just a mild action, but it's still, this guy still wants to be pulled in. Yeah, still wants to be pulled in. No, the point is that they are pulled together. My god, this distortion. Even this is being pulled out. That's why we constantly get half a stud of play. And this is exactly why the 8-tooth gears are a problem in the Osprey as well. To the other side. What other side? I cannot add it to the other side. There's no other side. Um, please look at. Wait. I need to see this. Is it possible to see how the rubber bands, how the 8-tooth gears are basically not meshing well together? It's atrocious. I hate 8-tooth gears. My god. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna do a replacement for this. And I have noticed that I don't have the same type of 8-tooth gear on both ones. So I'm gonna use instead of this guy, I'm gonna use an axle. It's gonna be blocked on this side here by the lift arm, so it won't be able to get out. And I'm gonna use the same type of 8 gears on both lower and upper. Well, let's see. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. I mean, this is just horrible. Please mesh. What is the problem? Okay. Yeah, since they're 8-tooth gears, they have absolutely no motivation to perform, uh, basically to roll against each other. Zero motivation to do that, and that's where the majority of the problems comes from. And the spring is absolutely missing. I mean, the the fucking rubber band is absolutely needed for everything to happen. Yeah, but this is no. This is not gonna go this way. We have to do something. I don't know what. No matter what I do, things here bend and twist, and I don't know. I cannot add more reinforcements. What to do now? That's the problem. We can simplify this and say, fuck it. We're gonna have a much simpler mechanism for this. Um, it's not gonna be as historically accurate for the car, but it's gonna work. I don't want anything here. There's the engine. It cannot be any further inside the car. It's already as wide as I'm comfortable with. Mm, I don't know. I knew that this is gonna be a very complicated part. Um, there's hmm, one scope for optimization would be here. You know, if I put a three stud, if I put a three stud lift arm here, a thick one, then the axle that would be in here would push this guy out. That's a solution. It's not the perfect solution, but it's a solution. It's not like we are gonna work on the latch today anyway, because it's kind of late. Um, but I want to try something. Um, the latch without the hood closing mechanism is irrelevant. So both are important. That's the issue. It's not. It's either or. That's more like it. Yep. A variation of this is actually solving the problem. Mm. See, I want this here because it can rest flat on the gear, but at the same time, um, I don't want it here because it gives me problems. But I'm gonna try something. Mhm. Where is the 3-stud lift arm? Ah, here it is. With what? 1L blue pin. What are you talking about? This actually looks reasonably solid. Yeah, of course. But of course I did that. While trying to mount it, the alignment got out of whack. Ah. You know what? I'm kind of tired today. And we're gonna continue in the next stream. Since now there's a weekend coming, I'm gonna work on this and see what I can come up with. And then we can start on the hood latch mechanism on Monday. Because this is so much fiddly work. I'm pretty sure a very good mechanism is gonna come out of it, but it requires a few more hours. But we definitely want something that's not just a hinge. You know, if I was lazy, I could just say, sure, I'm gonna put this here, and then, you know, I stick a pin here. You know, I stick a pin here, and that's our hood latch mechanism. You know, but that's not good, because first of all, I want the latch mechanism to hold the hood up as well, and of course the hood, since it's gonna be sitting against the windshield, it's gonna have to, you know, lift up a little bit more. Speaking of windshield, there's one more thing that we forgot. You see, the original Charger, the hood starts like here. You see, there's like a panel below the windshield for the ventilation, for the wipers and stuff. So we need to take this into account as well. So the hood that we designed is smaller, and this guy sits a little further in the front. So it's not that simple. So we have, you know, we have stuff to do. So yeah, this scuttle panel, exactly. The scuttle panel is here in the front, and of course, it's a place where the cars like to rust, because water and debris and everything nests in here, collects. You cannot clean it. Yeah, but it's there. I want it there because that's how the car is done. Yeah, we need to do that as well. And then the hood continues from the scuttle panel, and the scuttle panel is gonna be exactly in this position, like that, like here, and then the hood continues from it. So it's gonna look pretty normal, yeah, pretty. It's gonna blend in, yeah. 1, 2, 3. I guess it's about 2 or 3 studs. Maybe 2. I don't know. But anyway, this guy needs to move at least 1 stud into to the front. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we never did anything easy here, and that's not the point. If we did everything the easy way, this would be a boring car. This would be really what? Lego model. A model that the Lego company does. Standard suspension, standard everything, just the easy ways around. But we're not doing that. And one thing I'm never tired of is, come on, this mechanism. It gets stuck on this side a little bit. Yeah. Minor issues, I'm gonna solve them. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Come on. Yeah. The front is actually pretty well damped. And the thing with the rear is that now that I have installed stiffer springs, it's not a bouncy castle anymore. You know, it's not a bouncy castle anymore as it was, so we cannot make it jump as we did yesterday. Yesterday on Wednesday. But this is good because as I showed before in the stream, the damage to the parts was extreme. See. This was caused by the jumping. This and this. Broken parts. No, it's not necessary. No dampers are necessary actually. Well, we're gonna put something V80 in it. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but you know, a V8 of sorts. We're gonna dress it up a little bit with a camshaft, maybe some push rods. I don't know. Maybe there's not gonna be room. Maybe we discover that it's not possible to do. Then we just dress it up. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. Sorry we didn't do more, but I think we discovered how we want to make the front end, and that's very important actually. Now we know how to do what the challenges are, and we can solve them. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Check out my Patreon, check out the LPA Power homepage, check out my Facebook. I'm everywhere, and I see you on Monday in the next stream. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a solution for this. If anybody has a solution for this, let me know. Send me pictures. Maybe we can work something out. Anyway, see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend.